Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. By previous class, we completed our discussion about pronunciation of English language. Now we are going to learn a new chapter named morphology. We can start with the definition of morphology. Scholars defined morphology as a study of internal structure of words. So, in morphology, we will learn how a word is structured, or what are the elements in a word, or how we can divide a word into different parts. Then we have to know what a word means. So in English, words are the most fundamental units of sentence and phrases and clauses. So we use different words and join them to make a sentence. For example, I am going to school. We used different words like I am going to school. So all these words join together to make a sentence. So we can say words are the fundamental unit of a sentence. In morphology, we don't concentrate on sentence. We only concentrate on each word used to make a sentence. We will learn how these words are constructed and what is the structure of a word. Now we know that in this chapter we are going to learn structure of words. But before going deep into that part or deep into morphology, we have to understand what kinds of information we get from a word. So according to English language, there are 5 different information we will get from a word. The first information we will get from a word is phonetic or phonological information, which means how a word is pronounced. For example, the word bet is pronounced as bet, and you will get this information if you look through a dictionary. And the second information that we will get from a word is morphological information, which means how that word is made. For example, the word read in he reads is made out of read and s. And another example, the word invitation is made out of invite and ashen. So in morphology, we will learn how a word is made. And the third information that we will get from a word is grammatical information, which means how we can use a word in a complete sentence without any grammatical errors. For example, the word my, which can come before a noun, but it cannot come before an article. For example, you can say this is my bag. So here my comes before a noun which is bag. It is not a grammatical error. But we cannot say this is my the bag, because the word my never comes before an article in English language. And the fourth information we will get from a word is the meaning of that word. For example, if you get a word polite, you can search through the dictionary and you will find out that the word polite means well behaved, and rude is the opposite of that word. And the fifth information we will get from a word is collocation and idioms. So there may be some certain idioms and collocation for certain words. When some certain words come together, we will get a certain meaning. That meaning we may don't get from another certain words. For example, we use the word handsome man, or we joined handsome with man, not with woman. So it is a collocation, even though the meaning of handsome may be used for women, but in English language there is a collocation that handsome is only used as an adjective for men, not for women. Another example, which is for idiom, we may use the word apple for a fruit. But if one says apple of one's eye, for example, if I say he is apple of my eye, it means that he is very dear to me, not he is an apple. So these are the 5 information we will get from a word. And if you search in a dictionary, you will get all this information from a single dictionary about each words in English language. So from these 5 information, we only concentrate in this chapter on the morphological information, which means how a word is made. Most of the time, words are made up of one single part, but sometimes words are made up of many parts. For example, in the sentence, whenever she has time, Suman helps her younger brothers with their homework. In this sentence, whenever helps younger brothers homework, all these 5 words are made up of 2 different parts. Whenever is made up of when and ever. Helps is made up of help and younger is made out of young and er. Brothers is made up of brother and homework made out of home and work. There may be some words which may be made out of more than 2 parts. For example, ungentlemanliness. That word is made out of ungentlemanliness. In short, we can say word can be made out of many different parts. So, in morphology, we will learn these different parts of a single word in detail. We know that words are made up of many different parts. Then here comes some questions that we have to answer. The first question that comes is, how do we decide how many parts a word has, and what is the criteria for defining a word? How we can understand this is a word and how many different parts that word has? That are the first 2 questions. The third question is how parts combine each other. So can we combine different parts without any criteria, or is there any certain criteria to combine different parts of a word, or is there any certain rules for combining different parts of word? These are the some questions which may appear in our mind when we learned that words can be made out of different parts. So in the coming chapter